dearie.
What a start. Hello. Our first time back for, what, 4 weeks? And the first thing you get is, oh, dearie me, as John suddenly ages 50 years. Welcome back to Rippers.
But, you know, I'm usually aged 50 years anyway. Or something.
Stimulating conversation. Well done.
Yeah.
Anyway, we left off. We did. We left off following some leads, which weren't necessarily helpful leads, because that's not the kind of leads that perpetrators tend to like to leave behind.
Yeah, generally not. Generally pretty unhelpful leads. Leads that, I mean...
Don't lead anywhere?
Yeah. So, what the party did was they began doing some research. And from their research involving, you know, if you talking to their contacts, checking out the information available at the lodge, they were able to acquire a small amount of information. They were able to acquire 3 main things. Kerwin, would you like to go over that?
So you would have to get me to try and remember the bloody names, wouldn't you?
Yes, exactly.
I hate you so much right now. There's a Mr. Smith who went a Ripper who went missing at the London docks. He was contracted by a non-Ripper called Mr. Blank, whose name I can't remember because I'm
Turner.
Yes, Shy, Mr. Turner, Gregory Turner, who was given a lead by said person, who is a new sponsor of the Ripper Lodge, where you currently are.
In defense, I think this is all in character. I've just spent the last several days doing my actual job in game.
Sure thing. So yes, first thing is that he was given a lead by Gregory Turner. Second thing, he's missing. Third thing, London docks. Now, over the past couple of weeks while we've been waiting for us to be able to play a game, the party had a vote and they decided to investigate the docks where he went missing, rather than find out why he was actually down there from Mr. Turner. So, what's everyone doing today?
Well, I would probably... I'm assuming it's morning at this point.
Morning, early, the thing before afternoon, yeah.
Morning.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
I would probably be kind of in the mood of just getting moving while it's light, starting in the day, and then moving on. So keep it going until we you know, less things are going to jump out in the day.
Very true, very true.
Maybe.
So,
And Holbeck might not scream for once if we go during the day.
That's what you think. Ah.
I can hope.
so, you're heading out. Witten.
London docks.
Good, very good. Just wanted to make sure you decided to go there and weren't like, hey, let's go somewhere else first.
Hey,
It's
let's
like-
all go
so-
to the pub. Nobody gives a damn about the story the GM planned, right?
So,
To be
we are
fair-
decided that the course of action to do is head to London docks. This sounds like a perfect time to head to Cardiff.
Yes, I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't mind going to the pub all session if you actually told me beforehand and not deviated from what you decided to do before. But yes, yeah, box. So, how
And
will
probably
you?
on Just one thing. On our way, since I have heard from everybody else that they're using their real names, I kind of give them the Ripper's line on using the code name.
Actually,
I don't think anyone else
I
is
believe-
using their real
I
name.
believe, yeah, last session, only Clara was, and she's now changed to,
Oh, was it
I-
just Clara? I thought it
Yeah.
was.
yeah,
I thought
to,
it was Clara and Hazel.
Yeah, I use my real name. I give no fucks. That's to protect family and stuff.
Yeah, but I give you the Ripper's line on the way then.
It's fine. I'm gonna disregard what you say, but I appreciate your concern.
I'm going to respond. You know, my name isn't actually Holbeck, right?
No, I got that. Your actual name is Noel.
I'm like
Fuck
I'm like
you.
the Iron Man.
was that in character?
No.
So, for reference to anyone who isn't aware, the joke here is that the character portrait for Holbeck looks similar to a friend we have from university called Noel. If you ever watch this, Noel, hi. Anyway, back to the game.
Sorry about that.
So, you're investigating the docks. How are you investigating the docks?
Start
Well-
asking workers, maybe. Do we have a?
I think my thing would be I would start just looking for signs of struggles, you know, stuff like that.
Okay,
So I'd
so,
be doing it visually.
okay, so just so you know, the event that you are looking for is around this time, about a week old.
Oh, okay, then I didn't realise that, so then I know I'd be
Well, it's took
looking
it's took you a few days to do this research.
I mean, you still might be able to find something.
yeah,
A broken,
you might, you might.
broken, you know.
If you want to
fence
give me
or
a note,
something.
if you want to give me a notice roll, then
Sure.
Guardrail was the word that I was
Notice
looking
roll. A 4.
not a bad roll on a regular check, but won't be enough for this one, I'm afraid.
I am also 4.
You should also heal up because it's been a few days.
It has.
Speaking
Why
of
am I
healing,
still injured? That's not good. There we go. I'm healthy again.
Yeah.
So shall I roll that without being injured, or just use that same roll?
Actually, no. Can you give me a vigor roll, please?
Oh. Should I leave the wound on before I do that?
Yes.
Oh boy. My favourite.
You are still injured.
Really?
Yes.
God damn it.
We could all, and if he was still injured on the way, I'd also probably suggest that we stop by a Academy doctor or something.
But,
Okay,
can I just add, right? Aranea, formerly known as Clara, this lovely lady here, is learning medicine.
Yes, but until she finishes learning medicine,
She's
We need
better than me
something-
just getting bed rest.
yeah, but not better than just going to see an actual fucking doctor.
Well, someone will be training her. I can be their practice piece.
Oh god, you're gonna be screaming all night, aren't you?
For the record, everyone, that isn't how medicine works. You can only be healed of damage that you've taken in the first hour after taking it.
Okay.
After
Wow.
that, it's 5 days per roll on natural healing.
Well. And you say it's only been 1 week.
Yes. And I'm also not giving you the no medical attention modifier of it, because I'm assuming you have someone looking after you.
Okay.
So
Well-
otherwise that would have been a 0.
Hmm.
Okay, back at the docks, I would probably look for a foreman or something like that, and talk about the night crew.
Okay, well, just so you're aware, the docks is split into a number of, well, government and privately owned docks. So it would take you a while to go through each one.
Okay.
Do you want to make me a investigation check? Is that an interpersonal skill? I think, yeah, let me look at skills. I can't remember if it's an interpersonal skill or not. Otherwise, I
I
might.
can't see investigation.
That's because you don't have it.
I was looking in the unticked skills.
I mean, it's there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. That's a base D4, right?
D4 minus 2 if you don't have it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna click the D4, take 2 away from whatever this is. I would also roll, do I still roll wild die on this?
Oh, actually, it's streetwise. Sorry.
Oh, streetwise.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's,
Same
yeah,
basic deal.
yeah,
D4 and a D6.
yeah, investigation is like libraries and shit.
Okay, so there's D4 and the wild die. Oh, 4.
I said it's because you don't have it. It's
Oh,
minus 2.
Yeah,
so.
0 and a 2.
So that is a fail. Foreman doesn't quite. None of the foremans really like the way you're coming across, so they're being pretty resistant to giving you any information.
Look, friend, I'm just looking for some buddy of mine who's supposed to be working here. I've not heard from him in a week.
Yeah, they all just push you off and just kind of go back to work.
I'm going to grab one and try and intimidate it out of him then.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
So, I kind of grab him. I'm just looking for a friend.
I'm gonna take a very different approach to this.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, "And I'm busy. Now, now get off before I call the cops."
Oh, we haven't brought our cop with us. Let's bring your cop to work day.
Yeah.
I kind of let him go because I'm not actually going to do anything to him, but I silently go, if I ever get that guy in the boxing arena, I'm going to knock him out.
I'm gonna take a more stealthy approach to this and just kind of like try to gossip people, I'm assuming on the docks there's some sort of markets and stuff, right? Like there's always fish markets on docks.
Yeah, probably smart.
Yeah.
Do we
Not
have a
necessarily-
description of him?
No, you don't. No.
No.
But I mean, if anyone saw like a fight break out or something, that would be something to talk about for a little while. So
Yeah. Do you have streetwise?
no.
I mean, do you have another skill you think could work? And
Probably not, because I saw stealth, but then I was like, that's for sneaking, and I want to try to get information, so.
yeah, I mean, it really depends on how you're planning to go about obtaining the information.
I advise you don't roll like I do.
Well, I was just gonna try to like overhear things, like just see what people were talking
Oh,
about.
that'll be a notice check. That'll be a notice check.
Okay. I don't have that very well either. but-
Watch as the combat party tries to actually do things.
Combat party? Hello!
No, that's
You're
fairly
involved.
clear from my point of view. I'm combat focused.
Yeah, you haven't really tried to do anything, right?
No, well, does a 5 get anything?
5 does get something. You hear the people at the market talking about a derelict warehouse down in near the docks. It sounds pretty suspicious. Apart from that, everything's pretty much hunky dory.
Okay. That's definitely a time word, right? Appropriate for the time era we're in.
I mean, I don't really care if it's appropriate at the time. I'm using it for outcasts.
None of my swears have
so,
been appropriate for Victorian London.
yeah. I mean, Nessa isn't here, so you know, we're not going to have any era lawyers on us. So
Okay.
It
Alright.
came into English in the mid-19th century. Rippers is set in the late 19th century.
Really?
Yep.
Well then.
As a combination of hunky from the Dutch honk, meaning home or base, and dory, meaning no one knows. Just. So a combination of home or safe base and
While
Yeah.
Hobbit's having this long discussion about hunky dory with Hazel, I'm going to go find myself a liquid lunch.
hunky dory having just heard the word hunky dory from the voice in our heads. As you'll notice that the person who said it doesn't exist in game. We're all having something somewhere between a nervous breakdown and a religious experience.
Hobbit starts screaming.
John, meanwhile, is just having the former. John, that's a good question. Do I start screaming?
no,
Excellent. What a good start to the day. I've been
Okay,
awake
so-
for like 12 hours and I'm still not screaming. This is a good day. I haven't had a day like this in weeks.
Since I'm assuming we're on different docks at this moment, mostly because I obviously went to one of the kind of government-owned ones. I probably wouldn't know at this moment about the warehouse, so I'm gonna keep just kind of trying to talk to different people.
yeah. I
Trying
mean,
to find-
your roles would have taken you a few hours. So.
yeah.
You know, time progresses. We get to about more midday-ish. You've scored a few things. Who knows,
I'd like
maybe
to
after this-
preempt arriving here with an investigation that would have been done in downtime, but I will
Sure, yeah.
have to make a roll for, which is the private docks. Seeing if any of them are on the Ripper's books. If there are any companies operating here which are part of the Ripper's network.
Yeah, sure. That's a good idea. Make a investigation roll.
Look at him being smart.
Unfortunately, not very.
You can always Benny it.
You know what? I will do. Oh, there isn't actually a place to keep track of bennies, is there?
No, there isn't.
Okay. Let's try that again. That's what I'm talking about!
Oh, boom!
Ah! Explosion! There's actually a 5 that's off screen for the stream, so that comes to a total of
10.
10 and a 9 on wild dice. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it goes your luck for the entire evening. I should let you know that.
Yep.
yeah.
Best Benny.
So, yeah, you go through the papers at the lodge and you discover that one of the docks down there is actually used by the Rippers to often unload sensitive materials.
Is this something I would know as having been a member of the organisation for a while?
No.
Okay. So I continue doing what I was doing.
Right. I'm going to head to that dock then.
Okay, so you head there. I mean, how are you all getting to the docks, by the way? I mean, it's a very short distance from where the lodge is located.
I would have
Whoops.
walked.
If it's a short distance, yeah, walk.
Probably walk.
Yeah, probably would have taken you an hour or so to get there.
I think I'll set
Yeah,
up
you
a bit
can
later.
do-
I may be doing this research still at the time when they leave, so
I mean, you are still wounded, so you're probably a bit
Yeah.
weary. So you get there after Cohen's done his round, Withering's done, harassing the dock workers, and you roll up to the dock. What are you doing?
I take it I don't recognise anyone here.
No,
Right. And no one here recognises me.
no.
So, for example, when Aranea and I have made trips to Egypt and the like, we've not been in and out of this dock.
This one, no.
Right. So anyone that we have sailed with wouldn't be here.
Unlikely.
Well, I should still know how to find, essentially, who's a point of contact here.
Yeah, that would be a smarts check, streetwise, knowledge, general.
What's my knowledge general?
Knowledge general is just the smarts check. Actually.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, you know who to go to. You know how docs work. You have you nearly had a PhD in how docs work until you decided that was a pretty shit PhD. So
You don't get very far by harassing foreman.
yeah.
Well, I'll find the foreman then and say,
Yeah, you find the foreman. He's currently in the staff cafeteria, complaining to his colleagues about this guy who came up and harassed him earlier. He seems to be in full swing at the minute, really complaining about this guy.
I think I may know the chap. Sorry, I need to ask you a professional question from the
Sure.
lodge.
Sure thing, come to my office. It takes you to a small cubicle room and says, "This is my office." Yep, don't worry, this is the way things are here. I'm gonna get promotion one day. Might get an extra get an extra half foot. Hopefully that way. His arms are kind of pressing against the sides of the wall. Hopefully it's not that way. He points behind you. Won't do me any favors.
I take it that way's the water.
Behind you is the door.
Ah,
It's like a 8 by 3 foot room.
cozy.
Yeah. Say increases productivity apparently. What can I do for you?
There's one missing.
Missing.
Yes. No, going by the name Brian Smith. Don't know whether that's alias or what.
No, I've met the guy before. Yeah.
When did you last see him?
Oof, a couple of weeks ago now. He was. Did he come here? Ah, that was. He was asking about the museum.
The museum.
Yeah, he wanted to know when we brought in the artifacts for him. There was a recent dig in Egypt. We had the luxury of offloading all that material.
Right. So, by the way, how does this tie in with when we knew he was last seen here?
He was last seen about a couple of days after he's saying he last saw him.
Okay.
So he went missing about a week or so before today, and 2 weeks before today, he was last seen.
So he was last seen at the docks, though.
Yeah.
And that was days after this meeting.
Yes.
Do you have any more information on particularly what was in that cargo?
Ooh. The actual items inside. It was all on the itinerary, but I don't have that anymore. It all went when we delivered it.
To the museum? Or to...
To the museum, yeah.
Seems unusual for something coming in through here to end up on public display. But
We don't only deal with the lodge. A lot of our traffic is genuine public and private interests.
and yet you have someone from the lodge taking a keen interest in it.
Well, I'm just the middleman. No concern of mine what he wants with it.
You see, there's a slight gap in the timeline now, because we were told he was last seen in the area of these docks, but that was after this cargo arrived. Has anything else relating to the lodge arrived in the intervening time? Or anything relating to this dig?
He kind of pauses and looks thoughtfully for a moment, and he goes, "Nothing that I can think of."
Does he look to be hiding anything?
Do you want to make a bullshit detector's gumshoe? What's the skill in this? Notice?
Don't see this going very well. I say that.
Fuck you, Rick.
Well, you look at him, and he looks like he is telling the truth.
Right. Curious. Well, you've given me something to follow up on, so thank you for your time.
You're welcome. He holds out his hand.
I shake it.
Give the lodge my best.
I will do. Thank you.
He shows you out. His shoulders brushing against the walls as he does so.
Just at this point, this is about 4 or 5 hours after we get to the docks at this point, right?
Yeah.
At this point, I would have probably given up, just completely not knowing what the fuck to do. Found a pub and will be complaining loudly about people not willing to help other people.
You're just there and just like, the problem with this world is no one's willing to help each other.
Yep.
As you punch someone in the face.
I didn't punch anybody in the face.
No, but you did complain about the guy on the docks, to which all I could think in my head was, what shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Smack him with a gob with a wide slung. Smack him with a gob with a brisk haymaker. Smack him with a gob with a brisk haymaker. Smack him with a gob with a brisk haymaker early in the morning.
No, at this point, I'm just having a beer and complaining about people not willing to help other people.
So a standard day then.
Yep.
Okay. Shy, what are you doing? You've been eavesdropping on gossipers at the market?
Yeah, I suppose I'd probably end up trying to tell them, when I overhear the information about the warehouse, if that's kind of all I'm hearing that's abnormal or suspicious, then I would try to meet back up with them and let them know, like, hey, maybe we should check this out, because I'm not feeling going there alone.
Okay. So, you...
I don't know who would be easier to find, probably.
I don't know, why don't you make me a tracking test?
What? That's not a thing.
It is, tracking's a thing.
No, at this point, they know I spend a lot of time in the pub. I think she would have a fairly good idea that eventually I'll be in the pub.
Okay, so...
Well,
well...
Yeah. I'll wander around some more aimlessly.
Yeah.
I-
I think they went in the sea.
Right. Okay, Hazel. We'll come back to you sometime in the future.
That's a phrase that bodes so well.
I just want to say that is a critical failure, so you can't even Benny that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's maybe not raining in London. Can I wish for that?
No, it's raining in London. It's London.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but
well.
you can't risk. You can't wish for no rain.
Well, I was gonna say like it's a nice day to wander, but it's London,
Yeah.
so it's probably not.
Yeah. So you decide.
For the record, viewers, only you and I can hear the rain.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, on the stream, you're getting ambient sounds that I'm streaming, but no one else in the game can hear them, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm curious whether at any point James would have actually had the idea to buy a sailor in the pub a drink and try and talk to him nicely over a pint for him.
I don't know, would he?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's
far
kind of
too
your
straightforward
character.
a man.
Well, all I can say is moving on.
To the pub?
Where?
Not to the
What
pub.
are you doing?
Probably going to meet up with the others. Which would probably involve me going to the pub, because at least I know that's where Withering's going to be.
Which one?
Oh shit.
Always going to be the nearest one.
Yeah, but the nearest to
Yeah.
docks is a pretty big area.
I would like to point out you heard that you already thought it was going to be me, the guy he was complaining about.
That's a good point.
You're a smart cookie.
Yeah. So, yeah, I will probably find the right pub.
Okay, give me a tracking check.
Oh. I think we all know how this is going to go.
A pass.
Bloody hell!
D6 is a
Oh.
powerful die.
Pride comes before a fall. I'm terrified for how this session's going to go.
Well, you find the pub that Kerwin's character is at. What's your name?
Okay.
Withering.
James. That's it.
First name terms. It's not my real first name.
So you both arrive in the pub.
I am deep in thought whether I could try and get a sailor lifted up and get information that way. I've not yet come to a decision whether it would work.
Go on, talk to him. You know you want to.
It's not like that. Yep. I think if we get him drunk enough, he might give us information.
Information. Yes.
Well, I had no luck with bloody the foreman. He won't even help me. I'm saying, look, I'm looking for my friend, and he's not willing to help me.
Well, he is if you ask the right questions.
I kind of just look at you, just like, if we spoke to the same guy, I dislike you now.
He knows the lodge.
Son of a bitch.
Which is probably why he's not keen on giving information to strangers. They tend to rely on people who are good at keeping their mouths shut.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Where the hell's Hazel in all this as well?
I don't know, I would have thought you would have found us by now.
I mean, let's be honest, I don't make a secret of going to the pub.
No.
Oh well, what did you find out?
Apparently,
I
I got distracted by the big dancing bear in the fucking
street. Okay. I didn't see that. I would probably have screamed because bears are dangerous. That's a take-home message, folks.
What's the plan? What did you learn?
Well, Smith was at the docks a few days before he was last seen there, and spoke to the foreman there. So this wasn't the last time that he was present at the docks, so I still don't know anything about that. But what I do know is, a few days before he disappeared, he was there watching a shipment for the lodge come in. Well, that the lodge was interested in. Bound for the museum. It's from a dig in Egypt. Now,
I kind of look up and just go, amazed.
among other things, yes. Yes, they certainly are them. Yeah. So, this is strange though, I mean, the lodge was taking an interest in a shipment which is going to be on public display. That seems a little unusual, doesn't it?
Well, I think, they take interest in pretty much anything that can have, well, interesting qualities. It may not even be the public display. I mean, what if there's information written everywhere? I mean, didn't they like writing on walls?
Yes.
What if they wrote information like, well, I don't know. The big bad is here. Look out.
I would hope if it was anything pertinent to us, then it wouldn't make it into the hands of the Egyptologists at the museum, unless they're with us. I'd hope if it made it into their hands, then it wouldn't be anything to worry about, but given that it was the last known contact with Mr. Smith before, well, I don't think that's quite as likely.
But you said this happened several days before his last viewing. That means he came down. Is there another shipment?
Nothing that Foreman knew of. I'm fairly sure he was being honest with me there. This was the only dock that I could find that had ties to the lodge. And the last time he was seen there was days before he disappeared.
Well, I don't think I'm particularly welcome back there at the moment. So I say we go look for Hazel, and then we go look at the museum. I mean, you went digging. Surely you can get us in there.
Aranea and I have contacts. Well, she has contacts. She's the closest thing I have to a contact, if I'm perfectly honest.
Just claim you're there for her then.
Worth asking at the lodge if anything came of this delivery first. Now that we know it's, well, possibly relevant.
We have one contact at the moment who isn't dying in a bed, and he's keen for us to do things on our own.
Well, I'll check the books again when we get back.
Anyway, I probably would at this point get up and start looking for Hazel.
Good fucking luck.
Okay, we've seen some rolls going on, one of which was persuasion. How lost are we talking?
So,
We also heard something about a dancing bear, which we haven't heard anything about. Just, okay, there's a dancing bear now.
Okay, no. So earlier I was looking up pictures. I was just kind of getting in the mood, and I was looking at pictures of like London in 1890s. And there was a picture of like a guy in a costume of a bear, like in a bear costume, dancing in the street. And I made the joke of like, Oh, I'm gonna chase that guy through the street. Rolls a 1. Oh, got distracted by the dancing bear, and I posted the picture for John. So when I got lost, it reminded me of the picture.
Okay. John, you're muted.
I know, I was just in the final green pudding. Little lemon sponge. Anyway. Where are we at? Lovely, yeah.
We're going looking for Hazel.
So, unfortunately, he's actually passed her check.
The persuasion check.
Yeah, to get directions.
Ah.
So, she's finding her way back, which unfortunately means that about half an hour later, she arrives at the pub.
This needs Benny Hill theme.
Yeah.
Are we still at the pub?
I mean, I know you said you were leaving. You need a tracking check.
Both of us?
Yeah,
We
you
said we
can-
were leaving, but we didn't say imminently. Actually, no, we did say we were leaving imminently to look for her, didn't we?
Yeah, like right away.
So if we manage this tracking check, do we meet her on the way?
Maybe, yeah. If you make it well enough.
2. No!
Good thing Rick is smirked.
I got a 6. I've exploded like 4 times this session.
He exploded on his
She's
tracking check for
clearly
6.
gone into the water.
Decided to swim to France.
Well,
That's
She's
actually,
going to Amsterdam.
I'm going to be honest, that wasn't too far off. You catch her on the bridge across the Thames.
you're gonna need to be more specific there, John. There's a lot of
There
them.
are quite a few bridges.
Doesn't really matter. You track her down to the one she crossed.
Ow.
Lemon sponge.
As we approach, I said, see, I told you she would be on the water.
Well, I was looking for you guys. If you hadn't wandered so far.
In the pub! You know, that thing over there with the big lettering that, you know, the Queen's Arms.
Take a rough guess that there's gonna be a Queen's Arms.
I'm going to take a rough guess. It's probably a different part of London.
Always
If
go
we're-
to the nearest pub.
All right. I'll remember that for the future.
I just went to see, what is the bridge closest to the docks in London? So I looked for London docks. Shit, there's a lot of docks in London. Didn't think of that.
Fast and loose, Rick. Fast and loose.
I heard some people talking about a warehouse. Seems suspicious, guys.
I thought you were gonna say werewolf.
No. Oh my gosh.
I hope she was going to say werewolf.
Don't say that.
A person across the street wipes a bead of sweat off his forehead and walks away.
Maybe we should talk about this back at the lodge.
Yeah, probably. But if the warehouse is here and we're here, maybe we could just go on the way.
It's the middle of the day, and you're wanting to break into a warehouse.
I'm not saying we could have to break in. I'm saying we could go scout it out so that if we do have to break in, then we
We're
can
going
come
to
back
go break
tonight.
into a warehouse in the middle of the day.
Why does everything involve breaking with you?
That's in another way.
Maybe. That's why we go now while we can see things and get it in our heads as to what we're gonna do. And then if we have to break in, then you come back later.
That seems
You're not
reasonable.
trying to figure things out in the dark.
So, we go now, see what it's like, and we return to the lodge to think about it, and then, if needs be, we send Withering to break in.
Yeah.
I like the plan of breaking in.
I like the plan of sending you to do it.
I'm okay with this. Sorry, I realised over the last 2 sessions I've been playing him a little bit too smart for having base intelligence.
What did you guys find?
I found out that people are very nice and they won't help you even if you're looking for a friend.
I found that they will help you if you're looking for help with the lodge.
They helped me get back to the docks.
Is it something about me that you just don't like?
Maybe. Have you
You-
tried a shower?
I tried to shower! I use whale fat soap and everything!
Alright.
Which is historically appropriate, I do believe.
Fit in
Maybe
quite
one
well
of
at the
the-
docks.
Pardon?
Maybe one of those fancy perfumes from Paris.
Who's got money for that?
Parisians.
I look at him and just go, a what?
Yes. Well, what we found by not threatening to punch people,
I didn't threaten to punch anybody.
you're not fooling anyone.
I'm just gonna sideways look at you.
I literally did not threaten to punch anyone!
What we learned by not threatening anyone with any form of violence, I should
I
clarify,
may have done that.
thank you, is that a shipment the lodge was interested in came into that dock a few days before Smith disappeared, carrying cargo from a dig in Egypt bound for the British Museum. Knowing Egypt and the Ripper's interest and the Lodge's interest in it, this could be anything. Within, for a terrifying moment, I was going to say reason.
Maybe it was housed in the warehouse before it was put on display. Is it on display yet?
I don't know. That's something I'll want to check back at the lodge. If they expressed interest in it, then presumably they'll have something written down as to why and what came of Smith's investigations. Unfortunately, I would have thought we would have been told this before being told where he was last seen. Which makes me worry that we're not being given the whole picture by someone.
And
I would-
just...
I just want
welcome to the organisation.
I just want to say, you didn't get the information of where he was last seen or his investigation off of the lodge leader. That was in the paperwork.
Right.
Get used to not knowing everything. Oh, I'm used to it.
There are many things I'm happy not knowing. This isn't one of them.
That's true. Are we approaching the warehouse, John?
Yeah, it's getting early evening.
I'm going to start kind of sneaking around to try and trying to make sure that nobody who might be looking at us is seeing it. Anyone who is trying to see us isn't seeing me. And I'm going to kind of sneak around the perimeter and try and find if there's a way in.
Yeah, you see, like I said before, it's a pretty derelict warehouse.
Oh, joy,
the-
my favourite.
Yeah, the warehouse is it's got it's got a guard on the front door.
Hence the sneaking so he doesn't see me.
Okay, you want to make a sleep check?
Now, you say you heard this warehouse was...
A guard. I thought you said.
7.
That's right, Shy. I did say that.
a garden.
No, I thought you said God. Like, I thought there was like a statue of God at the door.
I thought you said garden.
I thought you said guard.
I did.
He
Say
did say guard. I misheard it as garden, and Shy misheard it as God.
Okay, thank God, okay.
Which is...
Um,
it's much easier in an American accent, I will say.
Okay. I got a 7.
That's
Yeah, that's probably gonna pass. I'm not gonna lie.
Can I get a lower threshold by not going close?
Yeah, he's not really paying attention.
Okay, I basically sneak past him and start looking for a way to get in.
Okay. There is the door he stood next to.
But I think it'd be a little bit hard for me to open the door without him noticing.
Withery,
Oh, no.
Even with the 7.
how punchy are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to corrugated iron.
There's also a couple of
Reinforced
windows.
steel.
Shit, that's higher on the scale. We're going to need to expand this scale.
No, I'm looking for another entrance, basically.
Okay, there's some windows lining the warehouse.
Are they open, or would I have to break them?
Oof. Do you want to roll me a d6?
D6. A 1.
That's so.
They are closed. You think?
Okay, I'm going to climb up to one and try opening it.
Okay, you want to give me a climb check?
Oh, that's a 5.
That's good. Now I have to look up how climb rolls work. Thank you for that.
This is the first roll that Kerwin's made this session that you
I made
couldn't make on a
7 just
d4.
now. I just did a 7.
Hmm?
I
Oh,
did
yeah,
a
you did.
7.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't even make that on a d6. Well done. And you made it with a
What's your
d6. That's even more impressive.
What's your strength?
My strength?
Yeah.
My strength is
Reinforced
a
steel.
D6.
D6.
Oh.
Okay, so you climb up to the window that you're climbing up to, which I assume is what you're doing. Because you said you were going to climb up.
I said I was going to climb up and try and open it.
Okay, how are you opening it?
Well, first I'm going to try just pulling it, see if it opens, and then pushing it if it doesn't. And then failing that, I'm probably just going to smash it. But I'll try and do it quietly.
Sure thing. Make, you pull it, doesn't open. You push it. Make me a strength check.
Great strength.
Yeah, strength check.
Of all times, it'd be useful to have a copper with us.
Okay, so you push it, and you think, oh, it's gonna give. It's gonna give, and it comes out the actual thing holding it in place and falls out the other side.
Well, it's quieter than breaking it.
Am I still holding it, or has it fallen and smashed now?
The handle's on the inside, so it's falling and smashing.
Okay, it's not. It's not quieter than breaking it. It's breaking it.
I clamber inside and kind of hide in the shadows until anyone coming to look is done.
Okay. The guy doesn't seem to have gone or not. Is anyone keeping surveillance on the guard, by the way?
Yep, I've not gone in. I'm just
Okay,
keeping me
so-
distance.
I think
yeah,
it's just me who's gone in at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Holbeck, you see that he's actually he's kind of walked off to a side and he's taking a piss. So everything seems to be fine.
Stealth in. Stealth in.
Where is he taking a piss?
Down the side alley.
Not
the one
into the
that comes
docks.
down. No.
Shit.
Can I sneak in? I'm taking advantage of this.
You can make a stealth check. If you beat a -1, you get in. Yes.
I'm gonna follow because I don't want to be left alone.
You also seem to have beaten a -1.
Excellent. That wasn't guaranteed. I'm injured, remember? I'm stealthing with a limp.
Actually, are you on D4 -2 or D4?
That's D4 -2 there, I think.
Uh, I should I be on minus?
If you don't have the skill, then it's D4 -2.
Ah, right. In that case, that should be 2 lower. So it was possible for me to get a -1. Unfortunately, I got a 2.
Right, so you kind of limp across the street, then you get to the wall. Okay, now try and climb up.
Climb up. I thought we
there-
were going in the door.
Again, you don't know if it's locked or anything. I don't know whether you would have actually tried that. Do I know that they've now come to the bottom of the window?
I don't know. Have you looked outside?
Well, basically, I'm saying, would I have heard them moving around and then had a quick shifting?
I don't know. Give me a notice check.
Psst.
Notice.
Does he get a bonus for me going psst?
Sure thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
Well, there's my straight notice.
Yeah, you notice Rick. He's
5
not-
plus
he-
psst.
Yeah, Holbeck is limping, so he's quite noticeable.
Okay.
And I'm also going psst.
I'm gonna look for a rope or something to help them get up.
Yeah, you quickly spot a length of rope. It is a warehouse. It looks like there was something being built here, stuff being moved around.
So you know,
so
I kind of tie that off at one end, throw it down to them, and basically just use, and then wait for them to get up.
Sure, you want to give me a climb check?
Surely they get an advantage for the rope, not having to.
They are
they're
getting-
freehand it.
Yeah, they're getting a bonus, yeah.
So it's D4 -2.
Yeah.
Plus rope.
Plus rope. Okay, you don't get that much of a bonus.
No, I rolled an effective 0 there.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So, fortunately, it's not that big of a climb. So, failing that means you have not been able to climb.
Hazel, has she managed to get up?
She hasn't rolled.
That was more me saying, you want to roll shy?
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to look for it. Got it. I was writing. I did a thing!
You climb! So, what's your strength?
I don't know.
On your first page, what's your strength die?
D6.
Okay, so you were able to climb up the rope.
I just look at Holbeck and say, alright, tie a knot and I'll pull you up.
Yeah, can I help him? I rolled pretty well. Can I, like...
Yeah, you can assist, yeah.
We'll get you up. Oh.
I said tie a knot, not climb. Just
Oh.
tie it around yourself.
Okay, is that a skill? I don't have
rope
scouting
tying.
as a skill.
I mean, I would have thought rope tying would be a skill. But yeah, hang on.
Survival?
No, you can do a cooperative roll where either Holbeck or Hazel rolls. And let's see, two more performance tasks together makes his roll.
Should I tie the knot with smarts?
Sure thing, yeah.
Yay! That's positive numbers.
Once he's got what looks like a secure knot, I just start pulling him up.
Yeah, sure. So basically, the way cooperative rolls work is, say Rick could make his roll,
Mhm.
and then actually no, sorry, the person who's best would make the roll, and then they get a +1 or -1 depending on success or failure.
Is it only between two people, or can you...
Two or more.
Okay.
But he's got the knot, so basically we just both start pulling him then.
Yeah, let's make me a strength check.
7.
Good check.
Yay!
Man.
Okay, so you are now inside the warehouse. Around you, you see a warehouse. There is the shell of a boat, or maybe a ship, inside the warehouse. I forget the definitions.
How big is it? When you say boat or a ship, like,
dozen foot long.
okay, so it's got a cabin. It would have some room, but probably only the one inside.
Yeah.
It's not like a rowboat or something like that.
No.
Okay.
I was about to say, can you know a 12-foot long rowboat? And I'm like, hang on, there's literally a race with those kind of things. Yeah, so, and then around you, loads of pulleys, ropes, building materials.
I look at Holbeck and say, "Don't you dare start screaming," and then continue kind of staying quiet and going around and just trying to notice anything as I head towards the boat.
Okay, do you want to give me a notice check? Everyone can make this if you're exploring the warehouse.
I'm going to tie a bit of fabric around my mouth in case I do scream at anything.
Okay, so Mr. Withering. No, not you.
Yeah, I don't notice shit.
Yeah. If Hazel wants to roll, go ahead.
I'm working on it. I'm still getting used to these sheets.
Clearly, far too. You don't notice anything. My vocabulary failed me for a minute there, so I'm just moving on.
Whatever.
I'm like impatient. No, impatient isn't the word. I mean, I didn't say not a word. I said not the word.
Engrossed?
Yeah, sure, with something.
With
We'll go
something.
with, something. I don't know. Maybe Holbeck's looking particularly fine today. I don't know.
Well, he's got a cross out now.
Well, I mean,
I mean, it does cover up half the face, which is an improvement.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so I got an 8 anyway.
Yeah,
Gosh.
you notice, Mr. James, Mr. Withering, a small blood trail
I'm going
leading towards the boat.
to point this out to the other two and keep following it.
John,
Yes.
danger sense.
Danger sense, yes.
Danger sense.
Yes.
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 Yes, or just yes.
So, the blood trail. You gonna follow it?
I already said I am, yeah.
Hazel? Okay, so...
At this point, just don't forget, my hindrance would probably come into effect here. There's a Ripper who is in danger. I got the loyal feat, so if there's any chance of saving him, which for all I know there is, I can't now leave, so I would now follow the blood trail.
How fresh is this blood? Given sort of local humidity and the weather we've had lately, how wet/dry is it? Does it look like it's been sitting a while, or does it look like it's just been shed?
It looks like it's a couple days old.
Right.
I
How
would
does
not
this
be
tie to the
smart
timeline we know?
to think about this. I just follow it.
So, you move into the boat, the skeleton of this partially built boat.
I am obviously keeping an eye out for danger at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, you'll know about danger.
And then, as you investigate it, as you look around, you make me a notice check. I mean, I hope, otherwise it's going to hold. You spot
I ain't noticed shit.
No, you don't notice anything. Holbeck on the 0.
Hey, I got a 2.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, highest number works, yeah. Shy, you rolling or are you leaving this to James's 4?
probably leaving it to his 4. Oh, listen, I already saw this, and that's why I was so distracted.
Yeah. Clearly,
Well played.
You get there, and James, you spot a trapdoor.
The blood is leading into it.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Hazel spots the trap.
I would just open it.
Okay, do you want to make me a bigger roll?
Oh fuck! Actually, it's not bad. I got a D8 there.
A 6.
Okay. And does everyone else want to make it me a +2?
Sure, for vigor.
Yeah.
Oh, probably not though. Oh yeah, maybe.
Vigor.
You don't because of her potion.
Oh, shy.
She didn't, but she didn't need it.
Why didn't my D4 explode?
Ooh, it did.
Oh,
Yeah.
twice!
Yep.
I only see one! I got a 10! I am vigorous.
Yes. So, as you open the trapdoor, a pungent mix of earthly aromas hits you, full in the face. And when I say earthly, I mean the darker side of earthly, like human excrement, blood, etc. Rick, danger sense.
Oh dear. That's a scream.
Does he have to get to? Does he get to roll against screaming, or does he just start screaming?
I mean, technically no. Technically, you just start screaming.
Well, it's slightly muffled because of the.
Yep, and presumably you're both sort of clamouring to clap a hand over my mouth to muffle it more so.
Pretty much.
Which is good because it also keeps the smell out. But it does use up hands that you could otherwise be using to defend against danger, which the danger sense has sensed, as is
I
its
don't
wont.
know that. I just know you're screaming, and I assumed it's due to the smell. I put my hand on his mouth and say, "Shut up." And
I
then
point in the direction of my danger senses sensed danger.
I turn around and head that way immediately.
Yeah, follow.
I flap my arms
Also-
as though to say,
also-
I didn't mean run to it!
But also, you need to be quiet. Is there a way to like shush him?
We need to be away!
Don't worry. You're trying to scream and you got something blocking your mouth at the same time.
This isn't a place we want to be!
I mean, maybe it is though.
I'm just completely ignoring him and going the way he just said that there's something.
Guns out.
You proceed down into the darkness.
I'm so glad that there's not a camera on me. Oh my goodness.
As we go down, I would light my torch. Well, I think it's a lantern I've got actually. Because I'm assuming it's pitch black now.
Okay. Just so you'll remember, everyone's tokens in the lodge are their current ones, aye?
Mine is, yes.
Right, and who is this? That's James. Okay, so if I just grab you... copy pasta... and then we can get right to it. So just so everyone's at home's aware, when I talked about this earlier, everyone thought that this was be a non-combat centric.
We're
session.
gonna die!
That said, we have probably got the more combat capable half of the party here. It's just we've only got half of the party here.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not like I took 7 wounds last time in one attack.
I took one and I still got it.
Oh no, I took what was it, like 5? I think it was actually 5 in one attack.
And soaked all of them.
Yep, using 2 bennies.
Good use of bennies.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking good.
Right then. So, if my settings are all correct, a lot of these maps. Okay. So, you head deep into the underground. And you arrive finally at the bottom of the stairs. And find ahead of you a raised platform on which sit a collection of corpses. The
Oh my
walls around
gosh.
the walls around you don't even look like they are made from human hands. Just
Do you mean
bare-
by human hands? Because I'm happy with walls that don't look like they're made from human hands.
I would have probably been in the lead with the torch.
Like literally, I just copy pasted you
Yeah,
in.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah, you want.
I was just saying. I would have been.
Yeah.
At the front. I'm
You
assuming
say me
that's-
how you want, but I can't move myself off this map.
Funny thing that is, huh?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to run away, you're more than welcome to.
I don't think a way's any better.
We see someone on the dais. Or not?
Yes. You see somebody next to a statue. With in one hand he holds a paintbrush. In the other, nothing. You kind of need. It's easier to paint with one hand, I find. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it is.
I'm assuming I see that the walls are made of hands and that sort of stuff.
The
Walls aren't made of hands.
Made of rock and mud.
Okay, I thought you said they were made of hands.
No, they're not made of hands, but what he meant to say was they're not made by hands.
Oh, by hand.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have liked to have had Hans make some tokens for the session, but obviously he was indisposed. So please forgive the issues.
No problem. Do I recognize the person on the dais?
No, you do not.
Well, I'll extinguish the lamp and put it down because I'm assuming it's quite bright in here by the way it's.
Yeah,
everything.
he's noticed it. He sees you and immediately fires a bolt at you.
A bolt
A bolt.
fires a bolt.
A bolt.
A wooden bolt or a bolt of magic or.
A bolt of magic. So this is a surprise round.
My
I don't know if
favourite.
it'd be deemed surprise. We do know that we were heading into somewhere where he's now got danger sense at this point.
Next
Yeah.
time I scream, listen.
Shy needs a second. Do you want to just have a quick break now if we're about to head to combat?
That works, yes. Let's cut it now and come back in about 5-10 minutes.
Okay. We will see you momentarily still alive in just one short while.
Lemon bun.
On OBS, I just misread the button for stop streaming as stop screaming. I'm gonna press it anyway because it does both. See you in a bit.